Hello. Alright then, what is this new fuckery I see before us? Started out dirty, now very clean. Excellent. Excellent. That's what we like to see. November's such a nice month up here. Over here. Huh. So, the Biden got in. The Biden camp got in. I suppose it's just as well, you know? Might as well give the other bunch a chance to make a mess of everything. Ugh, a little crooked. I'm a little crooked as usual. Ho ho. How about that? Yep. Better. Well, it's just as well, I suppose. Like I said. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are happy. I've talked to more than a few people here that are uneasy about it, thinking that that bunch are more hawkish than the old Trumpy. Which probably is true, since Trump wasn't hawkish at all. Or, can't really say that about a president, I suppose, but seemed less so. Anyway, the thing was, it's so divisive, right? Will the next one be less divisive? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Let's see, what is it? What else? I don't want to go too much about the politics. Should talk about the weather. It's more important. Oh yeah, it was Harris doing the equity talk. Pretty funny having someone that has a wealth of just shy of $6 million talking about equity for the poor, and like, oh, whatever. Please. Suckers. Anyway. Oh, and also she's part South Asian and part Jamaican, which probably means she's part African American and other elements, I guess. That's great. That's awesome. Doesn't mean much, of course. But everyone's proud of that. Right? But look, we have... So that's great, actually. If the US is having trouble getting people of different whatevers in, then this is a good step. But again, you gotta do more than just be. You gotta... You know, gotta show her merit, if she has any. Maybe she does. I don't know. She does, maybe. But you know, being a woman, South Asian, and African American doesn't make one noble. Right? Yeah. Is that a little too obvious to even say? What else? Yeah. Maybe things will become more woke. Think it'll happen? I don't know. I mean, they were sort of spouting that rhetoric, right? The systemic stuff and racism and whatnot. And what else was it? Oh yeah, Green New Deal. Well, I go on about the Green New Deal here quite often. I should do 2 washes. I'm doing 2 rinses of the bottles today. To be extra careful. In this time of COVID. Oh, okay, I can talk about COVID a bit. Yeah, so up here, well in Mekampong, I see masks occasionally, but mostly, and certainly local people don't wear masks here. I haven't for quite a long time. Sometimes Mekampong is very busy with tourists right now, which is weird because pretty much everywhere is dead from lack of tourism. But you know, it's not that far from Chiang Mai, and there's a lot of incentive from the government being given to Thai people to travel within the country to help to help out a little with tourist type stuff. So Mekampong being only an hour and a half from the city is really attractive, and it's busy all the time. Like, it's busy. I've said this before, but it's busier than it normally is. Well, okay, I was going to say at this time of year, but now we're starting to get into the busy season generally. So, but during the rainy season, it was quite busy, surprisingly so. So it's good for the people that live here. I mean, a lot of people made homestays and stuff, and little coffee shops, and pleasant. But that's all people come for, right? Like if I go up on the mountain, I mean, I might see some local people. Not very often, though, but some, yeah. But I'm trying to think if I can remember one instance where I saw someone that wasn't from here up on the mountain, you know? Can't think of one, but it must have happened somewhere. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so it's still, even if it's really busy here, for me it's pretty easy to get off into the peace and quiet. But now we're into November, as you would all know. And November's a beautiful month here. Beautiful. Still really green, even down on the flatlands. Still green and lush, but cool. A little hot during the day because there's less cloud cover. So, in how it feels, the temperature might be lower a little, but it feels hot because you're in the sun, right? And the sun here can be pretty fierce, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm just in heaven. This is my favorite time of year. The other times are great too, but I love it right now. And now I'll start going back to kendo on Mondays, which I normally don't do when it's raining. Here, let me move up a bit closer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so on Mondays I go in for kendo and come home at night, right? And I don't like to make that motorbike ride in the dark, in the rain. I've done it a few times and it's, I think unnerving would be a subtle way of putting it. I mean, driving at night here has its risks, right? In general, but you know, just be careful. Life's full of risks, eh? That's one thing, actually. I don't know quite how to quantify it, but all the fear that's being emanating, and also maybe being created, right, through governments and media, perhaps. I mean, it's very difficult to pin down, I think, But it feels apparent to me that this element of fear is quite palpable in people around the COVID, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Don't want to get it. You certainly don't want to get sick from it. That's for sure. But this thought comes to my mind. It's like, wow, people don't have much risk in their life, it seems. Although, probably being killed in a car accident is still greater. But anyway, that's a different thing, I guess. But like, there's very little, seems like little risk. Is that true? Is there? I don't know. Like I've said it a million times, it's almost like it's like an annoying little cliche almost now. But I said, look, I'm not gonna be afraid of COVID. I'm gonna, follow whatever the social norms are, right? Wear the mask, and if I'm meeting my mom at the mall, sure, no problem. Normally don't wear it anywhere, otherwise. But the thing I always go to, and it's fun because it's extreme sounding, but I say, look, every time I go to my bedroom upstairs, I look expecting to see a snake on the floor, or on a banister or whatever. One was on a banister once. Here, snakes are a thing, right? like vipers and cobras and shit like that. So, I don't know. What am I trying to say? It's hard not to walk down this little path and not start like going, yeah, well, I think, blah, blah, blow your own horn sort of thing. But anyway, yeah. People are pretty lucky right now. That's the other thing that I keep thinking about. Wow, there's an awful lot of protests going along for an existence that's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Like unbelievably easy and luxurious and wealthy, right? Like it's just like, what is it? Who is it saying that? Something like if you make more than $30,000 a year, you're in the 1% worldwide, like fully in it, right? You don't need to be a billionaire to be in the 1%, right? So that's what I always think. I always think, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just blabbing now, but like Jesus. Maybe I'll save this bit to another time. I wanted to pull Trump. The other thing, I won't. But the other thing is, I would say, oh, you know what? Everyone thinks Trump's like this nasty whatever. But in essence, we're all about the same, right? We all have about the same wealth, right? So, someone like Jeff Bezos, who's like the richest person in the world, and your average middle class person are pretty much the same wealth level. You know what I mean? Really, you can still go to the tap, turn it on, and drink it. The water, right? You can still get on a plane. I mean, it's harder now, of course, but you can just hop on a plane and go somewhere half across the world. You know what I mean? Basically the same. But I always think in terms of compared to like my most recent past life in the Middle Paleolithic, like 30, 40,000 years ago, on the edge of the ice fields, eking it out. Hunting mammoths and stuff. Those are good times, I'll tell you. You didn't live as long, it's true. In general. Some people lived long, right? But in general, you didn't live as long, but you lived, that's a pretty full life, I'd say. But also, you lived longer than the agricultural people, yeah? So it appears to be well known that when agriculture started to build up, that people's lifespan lowered, right? So that's the argument everyone, but in the hunter-gatherer times, everyone lived shorter lives. It's like, it's true and not true, right? It's only in industrial times that our lives have extended, right? And I take away all that oil and coal and whatever, and all of a sudden, things probably change. Anyway, so I was going to say, I went to Bangkok on a plane. Devoted environmentalist that I am. And that's a bit of my thing, right? I don't want to be in a bus. The Thai roads are dangerous, I think. So here's all my fear coming out, right? Oh, the Thai roads are quite dangerous, actually. I don't want to be in a bus at night, right? That doesn't sound like a logical thing. And also, I don't want to be kept in a box for like 8 or 10 hours. And that's less fear and more, I'd like to be outside. So, anyway. But yeah, in Bangkok, everyone's wearing a mask. Everywhere, outside, you know, the usual, like, public transport and malls and stuff, sure. But on the street, in the sun, everyone's wearing masks. And yeah, I was walking down, after I did my visa stuff, I was walking down the road, taking a nice long walk to soak in the Bangkok vibe, right? Because it's pretty fun. I like it for a short time. I just had my mask hanging by a string on my neck, and I got enough little sideways glances on, oh, better put it on. Yeah, so anyway, and in Chiang Mai, you know, like I said, the malls and stuff, but generally speaking, just out, people out, you don't see many masks, some, but not a lot, and restaurants are open and all that stuff here, and movies, etc. It's not so much different, although there's still, you know, because tourism was such a big way of making a living here, it's that is difficult for a lot of people, right? Try and find work. Anyway, yeah. I guess I should stop this blabbing. What is it? 16 minutes already, jeez. Okay, well anyway, so Biden's in. Hopefully they won't start a war. I think they will probably start a war, but we'll see, maybe not. That'd be great if they don't. Don't invade a country. Don't do what you did with Libya. The last Democrats, you know, their Libya thing. If you can, that'd be my request, special request. But it's going to be, hopefully it'll be a little bit less contentious. And it'll be really nice not to hear all the sort of quasi-lefty whatevers ranting on and on and on about Trump. You know what I mean? I guess that was actually more annoying than Trump. I think. But a good question to ask is like, so with the Trump administration, what are the things that you admire that they did, right? Of course, most people will say nothing, right? Because they actually, seems like they don't actually know. They just hate, right? And, but one thing, if you want to use it as your arsenal, so they signed into action, I don't know what the term is, but Trump signed the paper that started an inquiry into murdered and missing Indigenous women, much as Canada did a number of years ago, and has been working on that, and I think that's probably a good thing. And there's probably others too. Hopefully Biden will do something useful. But okay, I'm gonna finish this part by saying, but it's a disaster for Mother Nature, right? That Biden wins a disaster for Mother Nature, completely. Not that a Trump win would be any different, right? So, just saying. Okay, I'm gonna start walking. See ya. Actually, I was walking and forgot to turn the phone on. Yeah, so, I don't know, don't have much to say really, you know. I guess as usual. Just happy to have the weather starting to clear up, you know. It's really, oh. Anyway, really nice. Cool in the morning. Have my down vest on in the morning and at night. Last night I even had my thin down jacket on. I mean, they're very thin, eh? They're not like, it's not like a winter type clothes, but nonetheless. What else? Yeah, so, whatever. I was mentioning about kendo. I don't think I mentioned that I'm going to start going Mondays. I mentioned that, I think, and I think at the moment, La, the wonderful La, is teaching kata on Mondays at Atlanta Kendo. So I'm looking forward to that, you know, yeah, I love it when she's teaching. It's great. She's like one of the oldest of she's the oldest of the people I can't call her kid, she's an adult, young adult. Anyway, great teacher, and she's going for 3rd Dan next, so she can work with me on all the kata for the higher levels, which I love, right? So, La, we're gonna practice with all 10 now. She says, yeah, I love it. Anyway, whatever. Kendo. I guess whatever president comes on, it's fine with me, as long as they don't try to cancel kendo. And if they do, it's going to be some trouble. I'll tell you that. Okay. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing fine. And I know there's a lot of COVID type lockdowns going on. I think it's stupid, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm glad it's not here though. Not that for me it really affected me much, right? My brother goes, yeah, so like for you, like COVID, you don't even know it's happening, right? I went, yeah, kind of. Now it's starting to feel like bragging, but it was sort of like that. Although it's not really true, right? But anyway, so I'm gonna head going, and I'll push in. Hope everyone's doing great. Get out in the sun if you can. Okay, and in the forest or on the wild prairies, the native grass, the old growth forest of the plains. Okay, ciao. Holy, look at this ant trail. Whoa, okay, I'm gonna switch it. Okay, it's coming from, it's coming from this log. See how that? Those probably termites, I guess. Oh, it's like an ant home. Okay, I'm gonna follow it all the way along. Oh, you had. Sawadee ka. Oh, something's leaking. From Tini, no? Majak Tini here. Okay, so my bottle was leaking. I thought it was a hole in the bottle, but it was actually just the lid not on properly. Okay. Wow, look at this go, eh? Holy. Oh. And they're all... Hello! They're all mostly going in one direction. Right? They're leaving the log to find a new home. What? Show. What? Oof. Okay, here they are. They're on the pipe. Shush! Whoosh! Whoosh! Oi. Okay. Now, they're coming down here. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a nice highway, eh? Nice and smooth. Easy to walk on. Swished. Now the trail's getting less termitey. Less termites. Maybe other ones are stopping for a rest. Eh? Well, they kind of stop here. Like, there's a bunch here, not sure what to do. They're just hanging out. What do we do? Should we go back? Let's go back to the log. No. The log's gonna be crap because they're gonna do something with it. Like, use it for firewood or something. Don't do that. Okay, so here we are. A lesser troop, but still significant. And as we go along, it's diminishing in number, but still there. And now there's much smaller bunch. And right here, I don't even know if you can see them. I can see them, but so right here, they're still going. And here, oh, they're coming out over here. Around here. Oh yeah, along here. That's good. Oh, the numbers have increased, interestingly. Following along here. Oh, even more. Oh, maybe the ones back there are just having a lunch break, because this is quite a dense population. Come along. Oh yeah. Look at that, eh? Quite visible. And oh, they're all going down here. Now what? That's weird. I don't know. Where are you guys going? They're just crawling in there. Let's see now. Oof. Oof. Scatter! Humans, scatter! Okay. Interesting. Oh. So that's the adventure of the termite train. Signing off. I'm glad we got something of nature going on. Nature surviving within a fairly humanistic environment, though not completely. Okay, ciao.